Hello, comic collecting pals. Welcome to another Sidebar episode. Now, here's the thing. I went on holiday. I came back from holiday. I came back with man flu. It's been in my chest. It's been in my throat. I suspect if it moves to my head as the week wears on, it's going to get worse. I'm not going to be able to do this. So, getting this recording done early in the week, Tuesday today. Because if it gets to that stage, you know what it's like. It gets all up in your head. You blow in your nose. It's the snot's like a magician's handkerchief. It just keeps going and going. And you don't need to know about that. So there might be a lot of like short clips in this while my voice holds out. So bit of channel stuff. Past the 100 subscriber mark. Really grateful to anyone who comes to the channel, views, likes videos, subscribes to the channel. It's all really nice, and I understand somehow it helps other people see the channel and for new people to arrive. So that's all really, really cool. And I appreciate everybody that does that, even though I kind of don't get into the whole how to do stuff. Now, someone very helpfully, I might add, said to me, I think it was around about 93, 94 subscribers, said, if you do a giveaway to get you up over the 100 kind of thing, and absolutely, I totally get that, and I think it's a cool thing, and I take part in them when other people do that. I never won a giveaway; it must be exciting, but I don't know, me being a contrary git, I don't know. I thought what I'd do is well, you know what, if it takes over 100 subscribers, I'll not do a giveaway because I feel obliged to. I'm happy to. I like it. We did one at Christmas, and I really enjoyed that. It's kind of good fun. So that happened in the last week or two, and so I had a look. Now, I can't see everyone who's subscribed. Some people don't like publicly subscribe, and there's more I need to learn about YouTube, and there's some stuff I don't want to learn about YouTube. I'm happy doing what we're doing, having great chats with everybody. It's what I really enjoy. So, hopefully I don't leave anybody out of anything, but I took the bunch of subscribers that I kind of know about, and from the last couple of months, bunch of folks that have kind of left comments that I can't see on the subscriber list, but I know are kind of involved, fired their names into one of the spinny wheel things. And that's kind of ready to go. So what I will say is, and again, I don't know if I'm doing this the right way or not, but it's not going to hurt anybody. I'll do the spinny wheel thing. Whoever wins, what I want to do is pick something specific for them that I know they're going to maybe enjoy or get some value out of. And if they refuse it, then I don't know, just keep it myself. Ooh. So that way, I'm not holding up stuff now saying, ooh, you could win this. Let's just do it, will we? Let's just do it. So if we have a look and get that up on the screen, should be ready to go. Got names loaded, and see if Brian LCS wins this. There'll be an inquest. And then I think if I hit the spin button, it'll do its thing. There it goes. Oh, what's that on? Where's my glasses? Jason, Archivist Adrift. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, and Jason, I'm chatting to Jason for ages. Love his stuff, and he's a regular sort of commenter on videos. So appreciate everybody. Jason will be reaching out and fixing something up for you. I wonder if I can. Do you think I can send him a pile of my tattiest books and see if he'll fit? No. It's not for me. It's not for me. It's for Jason. So congratulations, Jason. And I'll be in touch on that. Right. So let's get on with pickups and stuff. Okay, so towards the end of the year, I was picking up a lot of particularly sort of first issues of Bronze Age titles from a UK seller that seems to be offloading loads of them. And I've kind of stopped buying them now. There's loads and loads of them. So they tend to be in good condition. They tend to be at really good prices, and I've had some great books, and I've picked up some other things as well that I probably wouldn't have thought about. But no, but a couple more have arrived. But I've just kind of stopped doing that because recently I've been reading more, and particularly Bronze Age stuff. Doing a little bit more in-depth pieces on things that I've been reading. I'm really enjoying it. But I'm picking up so much stuff. I've just got this backlog of things that I don't want to put them straight into the collection because I want to kind of do something with them. So I just need to slow that down a wee bit. However, it's got a couple of really good ones. The first one, Defenders #1, which I've never owned a copy of Defenders #1. So I'm really delighted to have this. I did have quite a large run of Defenders from maybe issue 30 or 40 right through to the conclusion back at some point. But so this one from 1972 by Steve Englehart and Sal Buscema, who we sadly lost the other week. So it's a really nice copy. It's probably about 6.0 and very reasonably priced. So absolutely thrilled to have that in my collection. And the other one from that seller was one that I wasn't that familiar with. It's a very cheap one. This was DC's Wanted, the World's Most Dangerous Villains, issue 1. This is a Murphy Anderson cover from 1972, and again, it's about 6.0. The Puppet Master, who brought Green Lantern to the end of his rope. Dun, dun, dun. So that looks up there with the Strange Sports Stories DC title that I picked up. Absolutely bonkers. But if I stop buying piles of stuff from that guy, I'll have time to actually read that and tell you what I thought of it. My good friend Lee.
Hi.
Tipped me off to. Now I've used my comic shop quite a lot previously, but I sort of wasn't really aware, I hadn't paid attention to the fact that they do auctions, and Lee drew my attention to that because there was an item he was interested in. That was last month. So, of course, I had a look and bid on some stuff. I didn't win everything I bid on. I believe one of the things I missed out on was a comic signed by Russ Heath. I think it was from the 1950s or early 60s. And I'm okay. It went for a price above my maximum bid, and, that's fine. But I did get some absolute crackers. First one is more for the Atlas collection, Marvel Tales issue 153, and that is from 1956. That's a Bill Everett cover, and that's about a 4.5, which is beautiful. I so love Bill Everett, and I just look at the cars on that, the Wasteland. What would you do if you were the last man on Earth? You'd go to the comic shop, wouldn't you? That's what you do. First thing you do. I think we're all agreed on that. The next one, which I showed on Instagram recently, astonishing, number 41. Isn't that gorgeous? That is from 1955. That's a Russ Heath cover, not signed by Russ Heath, but hey. It's about a 3.5, but the colours. Pretty ballsy, eh? Putting a big pair of hands right up on the screen like that, when I understand it's the thing artists least like drawing. But it's absolutely gorgeous. So happy to add those to my Atlas sub-collection. Yes, that's a thing. Also, I picked up 3 copies of Phantom Stranger. This is number 29. Look at that cover. This is from 1974. It's a 6.5. Now, the reason I picked all 3 of these up is because I've become quite taken with the artist Louis Dominguez, who did a lot of work on these books for DC in the 70s. And a style very reminiscent of Bill Everett, Carl Burgos, on the old sort of Atlas books that I love. This, I was talking to Big Big McFly about this, the sort of technique for shading and the cross hatching and stuff like that, which I find it a little bit difficult to describe, but just glorious. But not just that, it's kind of, I think, along with Nick Cardy, it's not just the way they draw, it's what they actually draw. And I think that that's absolutely stunning. Issue 30, which is also a 6.5. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? And see what I love about these, and this is why it kind of reminds me a bit of the likes of, Heath Burgos, Bill Everett stuff. The background stuff. This, if you can see it on the screen, this sort of bridge platform thing disappearing, a chain of people disappearing away into the background. Some of these covers you should look at for hours. Absolutely fantastic. And this beautiful trade dress on. I love these chunky DC trade dress title sections. So yeah, that one is 6.5 as well. And I got 31. It's not. I wouldn't choose it over the other two. It's a different sort of style, closer perspective. Still love it as long as it's awesome. And of course, it's 29, 30, and 31. So nice little run, a little 3. Ooh. Which keeps my sequence gremlins happy. So I'm thrilled with all three of those, and I'll be getting more of Louis Dominguez stuff. I've not heard like a lot about him. So if it's someone you're kind of into and what have you, drop that into the comments. So, okay, enough of those because just gorgeous. Oh, another Louis Dominguez, another one I got from the auction. I bought a slab. Yes, I did. I bought a slab. This is Ghosts number 43 from 1975. And more Louis Dominguez gorgeousness. I'll be getting a bit like Chonko with his Jaime Cortez stuff. Dominguez. And that's fine. We all get excited about various people. 8.5 white pages if you're interested in that sort of thing. Murray Boltinoff story. Within the pages, which doesn't really matter because it's in a slab, Lee Elias, Frank Redondo, Joe Ingente, Buddy Gurnali, and John Calnan art. But it's all about the cover for me, that one. Absolutely stunning. Love that. Very happy with that. Very happy with the price as well. Got them pretty good. Like I say, there's a few other things got away, but that's absolutely fine. So pickups. I've had some more stuff come in, sort of AOK tradey type stuff, but I'm going to save that for next week for a special. So the big read I want to talk about is not only the best book I've read this year, but I think one of the best comics-related books I've ever read at all. And I've got my good friend Ko from Denmark to thank for recommending this to me. And that is Helen of Windhorn. So he recommended this quite a while ago. I was able to pick up this beautiful hardback trade paperback for I think maybe just under £20, which bit of a gamble given I didn't know about it, but it turned out to be an absolute bargain. All I really knew about this was that the art looks amazing, and it said on the back, it's a gothic sword and sorcery epic that's Conan the Barbarian meets the Wizard of Oz. Really? That's a bold claim, is it not? However, it says it comes from the Eisner Award-winning and best-selling creative team of Supergirl, Women of Tomorrow. So chances are I'm bleating on about this and everyone else is like, yeah, everyone knows about this. Where have you been, man? But I'll do it anyway. It definitely it makes me want to read Supergirl, Women of Tomorrow, whereas previously absolutely no interest in Supergirl. The story in this, if you're not familiar with it, 16-year-old Helen is kind of an orphan, and her grandfather, who lives in this big spooky old house, hires a governess who's not that much older than Helen to basically look after her, educate her, and keep her on the right track and what have you, because she has gone off the rails a bit and what have you. She's a bit of a she's a bit wild, drinks and smokes and stuff. So it starts off with the governess traveling about to retrieve Helen from a situation before taking her to her grandfather's house to commence her education and teaching her about deportment and things like that, I'm sure. Now, I just don't want to spoil anything to say. There's a sort of parallel universe sort of thing, sort of a, almost a kind of Narnia type thing going on. Monster hunting, monster fighting, brilliant. Helen getting involved in that with her grandfather and their relationship. The story, so Tom King, the story, it's laid out like a movie. It's brilliant, and the dialogue is spot on. And it's really important because once I get onto the art, it's so cohesive. The work between artist and writer, and so the other people. So the artist, Bilquis or Bilky Evely, he's a South American artist. Matthias Lopez and Clayton Cowell. So everything, color palettes, the whole 9 yards. Everything's so cohesive in this book. It's really striking. I do need to get into the art. Every page of this book is glorious, absolutely glorious. And I'm talking about things like, it's not just pretty pictures. I mean, there you go. How's that? That looks amazing. That makes you want to kind of pick it up and read it. But it's things like, I was struck going through this, and I don't sort of art wise, what have you. I like looking at art, appreciate art. I don't have an artist vocabulary to deconstruct it and stuff like that. But what I was really struck by, it made me feel like the artist paid painstaking detail to architecture, furnishings, wardrobe, hair, cars of the period. And I was delighted to find, sort of towards the end of the book, there's some notes from the artist which indicate that they did exactly that. And hats off to them, absolutely amazing. Writing wise, the relationship between the characters, I mean, you totally get drawn in. It's absolutely fabulous. Another thing with the art, though, I just want to touch on, see things like this. If you look at Helen's face here, the expressions, Evely's used this. A range of expressions is almost seems trite. In fact, on these 2 pages, I'll do my best to bring this up as best I can. The expressions on the faces, this artist could tell a story without any dialogue. Now, fortunately, like I say, the writing and the art so cohesive. Each one complements the other, no end. But it's quite stunning. The storytelling in the art alone, the expressions, particularly on Helen's face. And they're terrific characters. It's a terrific story. It's absolutely beautifully presented. The action and stuff in it's great. The humor in it's great. Non-stop, and yeah, monsters. Plenty of monsters. If you read this, I'd love to know what you think about it. Cole, thank you so much for this recommendation. I like recommendations for things that I end up not liking as well, because it's good to try them and figure out what you do and don't like. So every recommendation is appreciated. And you get a bang on winner like this. Oh my goodness. So let me know. Do you have? So it collects issues 1 to 6 of the original comics. It's a beautiful hardback. This and everything page wise is beautifully presented. I couldn't put it down. When I had to, I couldn't wait to get back to it. Dr. McGroovy read it as well, and she was just blown away by it. Absolutely fabulous. So we'll be looking for more of their stuff. And yeah, if you've not encountered this before, I cannot recommend it highly enough. That's that. So this comes out on Sunday, which means the last episode of People with Issues was Wednesday, which featured Sean from Basement Comics. Although for me, now that's coming out tomorrow. But for you, it was a few days ago. Which was fantastic. If you've not seen it, it's Sean's such a lovely guy. He's fantastic to talk to. Really good fun, and I know he's going to enjoy interacting with some of the people I know, some of the people I've met. He's fantastic, and the way he goes about reading and collecting, you have to see to believe. So if you've not seen that yet, check it out. And oh my God, his basement. That's all I'm going to say about that. There was a section of the recording that I took out. As always, when I'm trimming down for time and stuff like that, I take out most of my waffle first because it's the guest most important. There was a bit we did that I took out, and I'm going to pop back in here because I think it's a thing I've done with a few people a few times, and I just fessed up. So I think in this episode I've been talking about the art in Helen de Windhorn, stuff like that, and I've been having a great time following and getting to know some of the artists in the comic community and what have you, which is just amazing. Part of that's because I'm crap. I'm crap at art. So the deleted scene you're about to see is me fessing up and just laying it out there. Okay, so we're talking about printed letters and stuff like that. And when I was a lad, the Marvel UK stuff, this was an example of the British weekly comics we got. This is from 1982, Spider-Man TV comic. I had a few letters printed in different Marvel UK weeklies, but in this one, there is, you can see it. I'm gonna fold this over because it's not a. There we go. You see Mr. Fantastic there?
Yes.
Yeah, that's me.
That's awesome.
It's my details. And if you look at the state of that drawing, you can see why I became a photographer.
It shows promise.
But I did have hero status at school for a couple of days.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm excited that you showed that off because I've seen the episode where Lunch Money Mike got that and he didn't show it. So
yeah, what a souvenir to take to someone in the
complete.
States. This is this comic with this crappy drawing I did. Yeah. So I might just edit that out. So that's quite enough for this week. Thanks very much for sticking with me, listening to me croak away. I hope you've enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing some comments. Coming up next week, People with Issues. Really pleased to have Comic Mike from Canada back. He joined us for a sort of festive special, but largely my fault. It's taken longer than I wanted to arrange his one-to-one recording. We had quite a blast. Mike's great fun. So I hope you enjoy that. And all I'm going to say is bring cake. That's it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time, stay groovy.